he would have killed me right there. My death would have been caught on camera.
New footage obtained by Fox SA shedding light on what really happened the day of the Robb Elementary shooting, and it made clear the name of an educator once blamed for the tragedy. This story only on Fox tonight. And chilling new details in the deadly stabbing of a 9-year-old boy in Universal City. His mother now charged with capital murder.
I don't think that anything could have prepared our first responders of the city for what they saw.
The crime has left an entire neighborhood stunned and grieving, and more shocking details emerging about what may have unfolded behind closed doors. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Ashley Paredes. Ryan has the night off. Our fight to find out what really happened at Robb Elementary continues. It's the video they didn't want you to see. Tonight, we have an exclusive first look at surveillance footage from Robb Elementary. Footage that clears the name of a staff member who was publicly blamed for one of the most tragic school shootings in U.S. history. Now, for 3 years, the woman at the center of it all has waited for this moment, and now Fox SA has the proof she's been asking for. Our Amy Virgen obtaining the video, footage that was ordered to be released by a judge but never made public until now. Then our Jordan elder sat down with her to show her that video for the first time. But we begin tonight with Yami and this exclusive report that you'll only see on Fox SA.
When we first started obtaining the records 2 weeks ago from Uvalde CISD, we immediately noticed there were things missing, including video that was taken inside the halls of Robb Elementary, video that will clear up the name of at least one staff member.
We're here to report the facts as we know them now, not to defend what was done or to criticize what was done or the actions taken.
But what then DPS Director Steve McCraw alleged 3 days after the shooting was a false narrative that until this day, many believe.
The exterior door where we knew the shooter entered was propped open by a teacher.
But as you're about to see, this is what really happened. In this video we obtained, staff member Amy Franco did not leave the door open. After media outlets sued for records, the judge ruled for Uvalde CISD to release everything. But the school district claims that DPS still has their video. The video we exclusively obtained shows Franco going outside with a cart, and a few minutes later comes running back after she saw the shooter's truck crash in the ditch. At 11:35, Ms. Franco runs inside, gets her cell phone to call for help in case someone's hurt. 52 seconds later, Franco comes running back as the shooter starts firing shots at her and several men. You can see she clearly picks the rock from the door and pulls on it to make sure it closes. Franco then rushes to warn other teachers while on the phone with 911, knocking on doors and screaming what the threat is. At 11:37, she is still on the phone with 911 and goes back to look if she can see the shooter while answering questions from the operator. At 11:38, police have yet to arrive. It's 11:38 and 32 seconds when Franco is telling the 911 operator that she believes the shooter is on campus. Franco walks back toward her room, still screaming at children to get to their classrooms. At 11:39, with 6 seconds, she goes into her classroom, still on the phone with 911. The other teacher looks down the hall one more time. Shortly after that, both teachers go in their classrooms, and seconds later, the shooter goes in the school at 11:40:07. As you can see for yourself, there was no rock holding the door open. This video is the same one law enforcement saw before the press conference was held on May 27th. In these documents recently released, we see that the school district knew that the key details shared by McCraw were wrong the same day as the press conference. In this email dated May 27th at 12:38 p.m., Franco's supervisor tells then Superintendent Hal Harrell that Franco had told authorities the door was not propped open when the shooter entered. The next day, the supervisor again sends an email to the superintendent stating she had been in the hospital that morning with Franco and found her with FBI agents and Texas Rangers. She said that law enforcement had told them in the hospital room that after reviewing surveillance cameras in the school, they could clearly see that she did not leave the door propped open and that she kicked the rock out of the doorway and pulled the door shut. Emails show FBI and Texas Rangers told Franco and her supervisor at the hospital that the door may have been faulty or it had not been locked from the outside to begin with, and that McCraw had not even spoken to them before making his claim. It took them another 4 days to retract the false statement, but by then, the damage to Franco was done. And it was right here on this corner on May 27th that a press conference changed everything for a staff member, Amy Franco. And today, Jordan Elder's here with us today, and you've been speaking to Ms. Franco for months. You showed her the video. What did she have to say?
Well, ever since that day, Amy has known that she did not prop the door open here at Robb Elementary. And now she got to see the video that proves it, video that she hopes the whole world can now see.
When they said those documents were going to be released, I knew what I was looking for. And when it wasn't in there, I said, they're lying. Had I ran out, he would have killed me right there. My death would have been caught on camera.
Camera footage Franco is seeing for the first time. We obtained never-before-seen video from inside the Robb Elementary hallway.
You can see kind of that sliver of light at the bottom of the
That's
door.
where the rock is.
With the rock.
Mm-hmm. Every morning and afternoon, they would prop that door open.
Franco says she propped that door open as she went in and out because it was supposed to be locked. She has a clear memory of what she did next, but now she sees the proof.
You can clearly see me kick that rock. And then I pulled the door.
Millions of people watched as DPS Director Steve McCraw said a teacher propped that door open.
I didn't go anywhere for months. I was scared. It wasn't my fault that those teachers and those babies died. But it's hard to get it out of your head, like after somebody says something like that. Somebody with authority, you know? But even as he stood there, a person with authority, I'm like, I have to stand up to him because he's lying and he's covering up for men that failed me and failed us.
It's evidence Franco has waited more than 3 years for.
If the whole world saw that McCraw blamed me, then the whole world needs to see that video.
There are still people to this day that talk about the teacher who propped the door open because the record wasn't corrected until so much later. Franco says other people's stories could be clarified in these documents and in these videos if they're ever released, which she is calling for.
Now, Jordan, when we started going over the records, we noticed certain things were missing. What was your first impression?
My first impression was that there wasn't a lot there. After something of this magnitude, you would expect there to be so many documents, and there weren't, which is why we're now seeing all of the installments.
And that is why also we're going to do now more open records requests so that we can have some transparency and really know what happened here. Reporting from Uvalde, I'm Yami Virgen.
I'm Jordan Elder.
Yeah, some powerful work from our team here at Fox SA. So be sure to check out foxsanantonio.com. We've been posting all the videos and documents as we get them from Uvalde CISD. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and X as we continue to press for answers and updates on this story.
Melissa Vega.